This will be a demonstration flow about Webex Experience Management. So Webex Experience Management is all about monitoring and analyzing all of your customer experiences. We're going to take a look at this from a couple of different perspectives. One from a customer experience lead named Rick Barrows, and later on we'll take a look at it from the contact center agent and show you a dashboard that might exist in maybe your Finesse desktop or other agent desktops within the Cisco contact center solution. I'm going to go here first and log in. Your business will include multiple customer touch points. This is going to be a banking scenario example. So therefore, if you think of a bank, you'll have branches, you'll have websites, you'll have ATMs, a contact center, and overall, there could be other things in here as well, like credit cards or regional specific views. But this is what we've defined in here in this demonstration. So let's go ahead and change the date out here just so we can get more data. We'll show data for all of this year. Now this first screen that's coming up is right here within the overall experience, and it's the customer journey. This is a summarization dashboard. So I'm going to skip this until the end to go over this because it's pretty powerful what it is, but I don't want to give away what everything else is before that. So in the dashboard, again, you've got the overall experience that the customer experience lead has a view of, as well as that customer experience lead can view what's going on out at the different touch points. But you might also give access into this via role-based admission control to allow certain people, like let's say branch managers, the ability to go ahead in and take a look at things that are going on in their branch. So again, branch manager may not see all of this. They might just see what they need to see as far as what is the customer's experience. So you're switching personas as we go through the demo here. But each space in this dashboard is built in alignment with the desired KPIs or key performance indicators that the role of that person that's going to be looking at the dashboard will care about. These spaces are a simple blueprint designed to mimic the actions that the CX manager or the other roles might need to do each day when they log in, i.e. check the overall pulse, or monitor trends, or compare journeys, or prioritize actions. Again, each of these roles will have these to do on a daily basis. Well, we can see right here on this branch chart that we can see how customers feel about us looking at the Net Promoter Scores. So a Net Promoter Score of 100 being the highest you can get, or a minus 100 being the lowest you can get. But you can also take a look at the customer SAT scores, or CSAT scores, and see what percentage of these are very unsatisfied customers versus the very satisfied. You can take a look at the key metrics for each branch, like how are customers grading us on the 1 to 5 scale about their waiting time or staff friendliness, our understanding of the customer's needs, the branch ambiance, and sentimental analysis all across the board. So switching back to the customer experience lead persona and coming back to the overall experience, let's take a look at some of these metrics here and the check pulse. This is a check pulse or an overall view of everything that's going on at all of our touch points, contact center, branch, website, ATM, everything all together. So overall, we're looking like we've got about a 38 Net Promoter Score, CSAT of 4.11, and a CES Customer Effort Score of 5.47. And we can see our Net Promoter Score breakdown as we go through here, and even our Net Promoter Score by touch points. What is the NPS score at our branches versus contact center, our e-branch, which is our online branch, as well as just website traffic. And we can see here that contact center is doing better than some of the others. They've got a little lower Net Promoter Score and sentimental analysis and things like that. Taking a look at monitor trends, this will give us a view over time of some of our metrics as well. So we can see on a quarter by quarter basis what's been happening with the Net Promoter Score. In this case, it's increased from a 36 to a 40. And if you've got more data over more time, you'd be able to segment this even further, maybe on a quarter by quarter basis over many years once you've got that data in your system. You can get monthly trends as well, see how things are moving, positive or negative direction, and CSAT trends as well, or monthly CSAT trends, and how many responses are being entered into the system on a month-by-month basis. In the word cloud. So the word cloud is a list of about 15 different words that are, what are the key words that are going on in the environment? What are the trending words, if you will? And you can see as you go over any of these that it will show how many times that word has shown up. Matter of fact, if you click onto any of these, you can actually search responses with those as well. So that's something you could do in here if you wanted to in the demo. You've got Net Promoter Score of the top themes. Themes are of all of these key words that are sent in from free-forming customer commentary that they might say about you. So you might give them a survey that says, hey, scale us on 1 to 5 for this or that. But at the end of that survey, you might also say, put in any additional comments. Those are the things that will show up in the word cloud from the freeform. All of this too will create themes as well. So this is telling you how the Net Promoter Score is trending for the different themes in your environment. Okay, then you've got a theme cloud as well. So again, showing you of all the comments brought in here, how do they come together into different themes that are being talked about? And the color tells you if it's been discussed in a positive way or a negative way or a neutral. Green being positive and red being negative and yellow being neutral. And how many times that shows up, as well as the theme river. So at a quick glance here at the theme river, and with all of these, you've got some information on the side that tells you what each of these things are. With a theme river, they're telling you what's going on over time here. So 113, 114, 115 of 2020. And on 115-2020, there was a lot of talk about staff, a lot of talk about products, and information was discussed as well. But not so much discussion about ATMs or et cetera, things like that. That's how the theme river goes. With any of these charts, if you see this icon right here, it tells you that the widget has drill down enabled. Click on the chart to view other options here. You can see that a number of them have that. We can go ahead and click in any of these areas to go ahead and see the information that produces that number. I could apply a filter to just look at that or view the responses from the customer. In this case here, we see all of those responses that have resulted into a negative hit on our overall Net Promoter Score. And I can click on any one of these to bring up that response in the center pane. You'll see as I click, the information changes to reflect what that person says. I can scroll down to see specifically what the comment was that was provided by the person in the freeform text, and other information as well, what they gave us for numbers in their reporting back to us on their customer surveys. On the right-hand side is our ticket area. So if we determine that there is some further response required, we'll go ahead and add it in here as a ticket so that we can get to closure and handle this customer in a proper way and make sure that they're taken care of. Going back to branch, one of the big benefits of this system is that we can slice and dice the data. We can do this by communicating with other systems of record within the client's ecosystem through our open APIs to fetch information like demographics and psychographic information and other metadata about the customers and our brand. And the Compare Journeys metric is all about slicing and dicing that data. In this case here, we're showing information across 5 different cities: Austin, Birmingham, Boston, Chicago, and Washington. At a quick glance, we can see what the Net Promoter Scores are, and we can see that Birmingham is doing better than all of the others, and that we probably need to do some addressing of some situations within Austin and Washington. Again, the same for customer satisfaction by location, and we can break it down by branch code as well, if the system's been set up that way. Also, perhaps looking at the customer sat by loyalty program, the Diamond, Emerald, Opal, Ruby, or Sapphire, or by age groups. And at a quick glance, we could see here that the above 60 age group has the highest amount of very unsatisfied customers, or by gender. Again, just slicing and dicing this information into things that are relevant to this customer experience manager or customer experience lead. Let's take a look at the ATM in this cross tabs capability, which was added in for the ATM business line manager. Again, any of these capabilities can be added into any of the touch points defined by the CX lead or the system administrator. This crosstabs area lets the customer experience lead or other folks create data views that they need at any time. It gives users of this platform the data they need and helps drive adoption of the platform even further. So with this year selected, in the data output set as table, we can do a keyword search here to try to find what we want to add to this and drag it into the environment. So right now, we're going to look at the average account balance per location. And you can see that this is the y-axis, but if I drag this up here, this becomes the x-axis. So we can see here for the different account balances, 1,000 to 5,000 or 20,000 to 30,000, how many people there are at each location and the totals across all. And this is just the count. I might want to instead take a look at other information such as the Net Promoter Score associated with those account balance demographics. We're quickly able to see at a glance that for those customers with the $1,000 to $5,000 account balance, Birmingham has a very low Net Promoter Score, as they have in the other two categories as well here. And we're taking a look at this in the table format right now, but you can bring up other formats as well, such as heat maps or spline charts, or again, many other ways to slice and dice the information to show it the way you want to see it. And then they can publish this to a global library where they can then choose if they want to put it into the dashboard for specific users of the system, and then the data will be updated in real time as customer responses come in. So while we're on ATM, let's take a look at this prioritize action under metrics. This tells the ATM lead or the customer experience lead what facets of the customer experience they should be prioritizing to work on in regards to ATM. We can see that from respondents, the comment most often provided is that we're very good at providing room privacy and security at the ATM, but a large number of customers have said that ease of navigation of our ATM application is not a great point for us. But this impact analysis below provides us what we really need to see. It uses regression analysis to rank all of these statistical customer experience drivers according to the relative order of the impact of the NPS. This matrix tracks the rating on the x-axis and the impact on the Net Promoter Score on the y-axis. So although many customers in this environment do include ease of navigation as an issue, we can see that ease of navigation is number 5, and it's got a very low impact on the overall Net Promoter Score. As a matter of fact, it has the least impact, so therefore it falls into the ignore bucket. We can also see that clarity of instructions is something that we're doing very well and should keep that up, but the time taken for transactions has a very high impact on the Net Promoter Score, and it's not something that we're doing great, as shown with the average rating of a 3.89. So that's something we need to improve on and fix this. So these give you fantastic and easy recommendations of where you need to fix things. And that's summarized right down here under the goal recommendations for NPS. Taking a look at the contact center, again, each of these touch points can be built to show what the managers need to see within them. And there are a number of reports built right into the response analysis. That are clickable and drill down links that give you a lot of information depending on what it is that you want to drill into. For example, if you want to see more information about the channels, I could click on into the emails and drill specifically into this. And you can get feedback too on the tool and if it's providing what that business line manager needs to see. But something else that's in here is the path analysis and the predictive analysis. This gives you a psyche chart so you can understand what types of things you might want to improve and what might happen if you add some improvements in those areas. So we can see that communication skills impacts a lot of different pieces in here. It's got a heavy impact on our understanding customers' needs. That's all about staff friendliness as well, and providing customer satisfaction, staff enthusiasm. But if we take a look at these down here, we can see which of these skills has the biggest impact on the Net Promoter Score. 19% coming from communication skills and 18%. But the biggest impact in this group is staff friendliness. So now we can go to predictive analytics to take a look at how we might change things and improve things. So we can see what our current Net Promoter Score is, and if we do nothing, it will be that way tomorrow as well. But let's say that we improved our communication skills from a 4 to a 4.5. That's an 11% improvement in the communication skills, but what that produced was a 2.5% improvement in the Net Promoter Score. But let's see if we increased our staff friendliness by about the same amount. You can see how a change in each one of these areas within our contact center is going to have an improvement on our Net Promoter Score. So we can find out where our biggest bang for the buck is. And we can set these back to how they were, but we can see that we can run these what-if scenarios to see how changes will impact the projected Net Promoter Score improvements. So the last piece to talk about for now is back on the overall experience. In the first screen that we saw, the customer journey area. Again, this is a screen that a CX lead might be looking at to get a great high-level overview of everything that's going on. This is basically that journey view, and you can define this any way you want. But in this environment, we've broken it into discovery, or how does our customer discover what they need about our products? What's a customer's experience as they're evaluating us versus other opportunities they have? Account opening, as well as our ongoing relationship. And we can see that via the Net Promoter Scores, that the discovery phase and the ongoing relationship phases definitely need a lot of improvement. As we scroll down, we can quickly see what customers have said about those areas and where they feel that we need to provide some improvements. Such as here, they're saying that in the discovery stage, our website speed is very slow, and we're not quite understanding their needs as well as we should. We need some work on our communication skills, and again, the website speed comes into play for the ongoing relationships. Down below, it will give us some recommendations. Here we see that by improving the website speed, we could perhaps convert 31% of our detractors to promoters and increase our promoters from 58 to 89%. And you can see similar recommendations across all of the different points of our customers' journeys. And you can click on one more goal as well to see other recommendations. Let's go ahead and log out as our CX lead. And this time we'll log in as our contact center agent and show you what an agent dashboard might look like. So here we're showing a sample of an agent dashboard. And we can see here that the agent has a much smaller set of information that they need to see. They don't need to see what's going on at the ATMs or at the branches. They need to know how they are doing, this individual agent. This agent has a dashboard that shows them what they need to know about their own performance as a contact center agent. So this agent does not need to have access to the ATM information or the branch information, etc., etc. They just need to know how they're doing. So they can see what Net Promoter Score they currently have as an agent, how many promoters, passes, and detractors have come across. They can see how they have been ranked as far as customer effort score, and how the customers have ranked them for agent friendliness, enthusiasm, communication skills, understanding needs, satisfaction with the resolution, and satisfaction with the agent. All the things that an agent might need to see to let them know how the customers feel about their own performance. Okay, hopefully that gives you a good understanding of what the dashboards are provided by the Webex Experience Management in regards to customer experience. Thank you.